On your marks. Set. Go! Happy Thursday, boys. Good morning and welcome to your Thursday PE session. Today we're going to be looking at athletics, doing a bit of sprinting, a bit of running, and it's a few field events. Okay? Special things you need to remember about today, a bit of equipment. Okay, I don't know what the weather's like, it's a bit rainy here today. It might be a bit rainy on Thursday. If you have to do it indoors, try and do as much of it as you can. If you want to delay your session and do it later during the day, or delay your session and do it later in the week, please do so. Maybe you can even do one of the HIIT sessions we've done already if you're not able to get outside to do very much of this. But hopefully some of this you should be able to do indoors. Okay, equipment that you'll need will be some cones, maybe a basketball or a ball, maybe a few little ropes, tape measure, just a few things like that. I'll go through the equipment with each exercise. Okay, if you want to run off and grab them now and then come back again. We're going to start with a warm-up. So what I want you to do is make a little box about 3 or 4 meters square all the way around, please. We're going to go through a nice warm-up. Okay, so starting at the side, I just want to see some nice working our way around our box. We're going to start with some lunges. Okay, working our way around, stretching out our HIIT session from earlier in the week. Okay, all the way around, nice lunges, nice and deep, making sure the knee goes right down to the ground. Okay, good. Once we've done that, we're just going to go with some high knees. Okay, so getting a nice good warm up in. This way we're going to go backwards with our high knees. We're going to go across. I'm going to face you again. Okay, this time we're going to do some heel flicks. Try and make sure our heels come right up. Again, working all the way around our box. Using our arms as well. Heel flicks all the way around. Okay, we're looking for little side step shuttles there and back. Okay, there and back. Just back and forth, just shuttling. Good, I hope you had a good HIIT session earlier in the week on Monday and recovered from that. Keep going, a few more. You had a good cricket session on Wednesday with Mr. Handel. Okay, and then back. Let's go for a little bounce. And then backwards. And then again. Okay, and we're going to just go into a leg stretch now. So, have our leg going forwards. It's just stretch all the way down your leg, try and touch your ankle. And then try and bring your toe up towards the sky and hold, stretching right down the back of your leg. Hands on your bent leg. 3, 2, 1, and change. Again, straight leg, feel the stretch, toe to the sky. Weight on my bent leg, and 3, 2, 1, and back to the first leg again. Try and go a little bit more with the stretch now, a little bit deeper. We're doing a lot of sprinting. This is going to be hard work on our legs today, so we need to get a really good stretch. And toes up to the sky again, and then the other side. Stretch right down, toe up towards the sky. Feel that stretch behind, down, right, behind that knee. Good. Okay, now we're going to go into our calf stretch. Both feet pointing forwards. Keep your back heel on the floor. If I go sideways, you'll see my back heel is right on the floor down there, and I stretch forwards. Okay, you should be feeling the stretch right down in your calf. Stretch and hold. Let's have our count. 3, 2, 1, and change legs. Again, both feet pointing forwards. And stretch. And 3, 2, 1, and back. Good. Going to our quads now. Our quad stretch, knees together, hips pointing forwards. Remember our little trick, if we want to put our finger in our ear to help with our balance. And then change legs. Good, feel the stretch. 3, 2, 1. We're going to go one more with the quads. We're going to really work these quads hard today. Quick question, why is it called a quad? Any ideas? Have a think. Quad. Hopefully you're all shouting out at the TV now. They call your quads because there's 4 major muscles running down through your quad. So that's why we call it the quadriceps, because of those 4 major muscles. Okay, and relax. Okay, last one, we're just going to bend down. Okay, we're going to put our elbows on the inside of our knees. We're going to push those out. Okay, keep our hands down. Just going to stretch. That's just going to stretch our groin muscles. And again, in, elbows to knees, and down. If you're struggling with that one, you can just have your feet both pointing forwards and then lean across. Okay, that's another way of doing the same exercise. Doesn't quite stretch them as much for some of you. Super. Okay, we're going to do our arms a little bit. Nice big circles. Just pausing at the top and back down. Up, pausing at the top and back down. Full circles, right, as full as you can. You might still be a bit sore from Monday from your HIIT session. I know I am. Okay. Oh, those shoulders. Big circles. Good. And then swing them across. We're going to be looking at a bit of strength and power as well today. Power within our shoulders, power within our legs. Okay boys, the first exercise I want you to do requires you having three different colour things, three objects, one red, one yellow and one blue. Doesn't matter what they are, okay, it could just be a bit of paper written with a different colour on. But you need to station them out as I have, a red, a yellow and a blue. In this game, all we're going to happen is you're going to start in the middle like this, I'm going to call a colour and you're going to go out to that colour, touch the cone and get back. The idea is that we're working really quickly, but we're listening and we're making a decision. We're going to go through sprint starts in a minute, and part of starting is being able to listen to the commands and then react very quickly. Okay? So, set your area out, and then when you're ready, press play. Okay, hopefully you're back. Ready? So, you've got red in front of you, blue to your left, and to your right you have yellow. Here we go. Ready? Red. I'm back. Yellow. There. Yellow. There. Blue. There. Blue. There. Red. Back. And again, nice and fast. Ready? Red. Blue. Blue. Yellow. And red. Okay, so keep jogging in the middle. Now I'm going to call them out, but I'm not going to show you where I'm going. So you should be jogging in the middle of your area. Okay, now listen to my command and try and get to that cone and back again as quick as you can. Ready? And yellow. And back. Blue. And back. Jogging on the spot. Red. And back. Good, keep going. Come on, keep working hard. Ready? And yellow. And back. And red. And back. And red. And back. And blue. And back. And rest. Good. Okay, now I'm going to talk through our sprint starts. It's going to take a couple of minutes, okay, but I want you to look at some of the key teaching points and learning points on our sprint starts. The aim of our sprint start is to get us going from zero stationary to sprinting as fast as possible. Okay, so we're going to try and do the early part of this inside our box, and then it might be that you need to go outside into a little bit more space, or if you've got a nice long corridor at home, okay, a nice long landing or a nice long hallway, you could do it down there. Alright, so first thing is we've got an imaginary line that goes across. I've got it going between my two white cones. Okay, from the upright position I come up and I look to place down. I always go with my right leg back, but it might be that you prefer to have your left leg back. It's up to you. Make sure you have a think about it before you do it. Don't just naturally go with one and think that's the only way. So I'm going to put my right foot back, my left foot goes down, my left foot's just short of the line. Then I put my one hand down and the other hand down, again, right just behind the line. My hands are shoulders width apart, my knee is bent, okay, this knee is bent again at right angles, okay, and my head is down. So this is it from front on, from side on, it should look something like this. Notice how my heel and my knee are in line. My hands are in line. This is the position we're going for. So everybody needs to get into that position for me. Again, there. This is called your on the marks position. The next call will be set. From that you raise your hips, your head tilts forwards and your weight is pushing forwards. Again, you'll see this best from side on. So this is our on the marks. Our weight is currently here. And then when we say set, we lift our hips and we raise our weight forwards. Okay, so we're just holding ourselves a hand. If I took my hands away, I would fall forwards. So it needs to be right on the edge here. Hands and in our set position, leaning forwards. That is our set position. So again, stand up, shake that out. Again, standing back. I would like you to get on your marks. Set and relax. Good, once more. Once more. I'm going to go side on again. Ready? On your marks. Set and relax. Good. Okay, now we've learnt those phases of our on the marks, get set, we introduce our go. And that's going to be decided by ourselves to start with. Okay, or yourself to start with. You're going to move yourself to the back of your box. You're going to go through your on the marks, you'll get set, and then on your go. You can choose to go on my go if you want to. Okay, but on your go, I want to see you accelerate forwards, but I want you to stay low as you can, really. Not crawling along the floor, but staying low. I'll show you. Here we go. On your marks. Set. Go. Again, notice how I don't jump up and run. I stay low. I drive my legs and I keep my head down. Once more. On your marks. Set. Go. And now I want you to go and do that 5 times. Okay? Go back, down to box, get low, and keep your head down and drive those arms. 5 times. Off you go. You should have done that 5 times now under your own guard. Now I want you to get someone else to come into the room if you can. Okay? A sibling, or maybe a mum or dad. If possible, if you can't, not to worry. But if you can, I want you to have 5 more goes. But this time, I want them to give you your on your marks, get set, and I want them to pause and then shout go. Now the idea is they're pausing in the middle, so you don't know when they're going to say go. So it's on the marks, set, and there's a pause, pause, go. And then on the go, you then are able to run. But you've got to listen to them and react quickly to theirs. Have a go 5 times, press pause now and then come back. We're now going to go through the next elements. We've done the initial sprint start, we've stayed nice and low, that happens the first few metres. Now we're going to look to accelerate and get into our normal running stride. This will take us a little bit longer. Okay, just showing you inside here, the idea is that we step down low, we do our set and on go, we're driving our arms, nice wide feet to start with, but then slowly as we're running, we're getting higher and higher. So from this position we're going up, up into our normal running style. Okay, the feet will be slightly wider to start with, but then you'll come into your normal running style. You're pumping those arms, head up nice and high, eyes level. We don't want to see any wobbly heads, okay, as we're running. We want to try and keep our eyes level as we run. Okay, so what I suggest we do now, if you can, we work our way outside. If not, you want to try and get a 10-metre channel now. Okay, you're going to go to the back of the channel, you're going to go through on your marks, get set, and then you're going on the go, you're going to sprint through, and you're going to sprint trying to gradually get higher and higher as you run. Okay, all the way through. And again, you're going to do this 5 times. Okay, I'll show you once now, and then I'll want you to go off, press pause, and then go off and do it 5 times. Okay, you should have done that 5 times now outside on your own. Making sure you say on your marks, get set, go, and then sprinting through. Now if you can, borrow that adult again, borrow that brother or sister, that sibling, get yourself outside again. Again, this time we're going on our 10-metre run again. Head down into our sprint position. They are commanding you on your marks, get set, and then go. Okay, if possible, an extension exercise maybe for you, 5, 6, 7s and 8s, could be that you time yourself over the length of your garden, or a certain length. Make sure it's the same length every time. And they can give you on your marks, get set, go, and you can sprint, 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 and they can time you. Maybe time yourselves 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 times. See how your speed changes. Hopefully you will improve for your first few, and it might be that once you start to get tired, you drop off. But see if that works for you. Okay, so again, back outside, with someone else, saying on your marks, get set, go, trying to run over maybe if you can 20 meters now, okay, at a slightly longer distance, and maybe add in that timing. Okay, off you go, have fun. Okay, great. I don't know how you got on. Hopefully you did some timing, but hopefully you're getting pretty good at that sprint start now. Now we're going to do some strength training for those legs, a bit of resistance work to try and build them up to make them slightly stronger. Okay, so the way I've done this is, again, if you can, use a partner, use a sibling. One way you could do this is that you get a belt that you hold around yourself, or maybe a piece of rope, something like that. Ideally have maybe a bit of a jumper in here. You have that around yourself, you have a little tail hanging out, or they just hold onto the back of the belt. And the idea is that you are trying to, again, go across your box, work your way across your box, pumping your arms, working your legs, being pulled from behind. I'm going to show you now with Mr. Handel. He's going to hold on while I work my legs. Okay, the more he pulls, the more he holds, the greater it works my legs. But we must make sure that I'm able to move forwards. I should never be going backwards, being pulled backwards. I should be moving forwards all of the time. On your marks, get set, go. And then back, and back, and then again. Ready, and go. Power, power, power. Arms and legs, pumping, arms and legs. And once more. Again, using those arms, keep that head straight. Okay, bend and go. Power, power, power. Arms and legs, sprinting, head up. Okay, boys, now we're going to move on to look at a little bit of shot put. Okay, so I know you're not all going to have shot puts at home, okay, but you might have a basketball, and that's equally useful to practice your basketball with. So please make sure that you have a ball with you. Ideally, a basketball is great because it's slightly heavier than a football, but if you've got a nice heavy ball at home, maybe even a slightly flat football would be good. Okay, but something nice and heavy that you can use. We're going to be doing this outside. We're obviously not going to be doing this inside. We're going to be doing this exercise outside. If you are using a heavy object, just make sure it's not making a dent in your lawn and upsetting your parents. Okay, so find a ball and then make your way outside after watching this video. Okay, so we're going to go through some shot put now. I want all the different age groups to work on this. I want 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, all of you to work on this. You will all differentiate by your ability and by the size and the strength of you. I will throw in a few little exercises that make it slightly harder for some of the older boys. Okay, so first of all, nice basic position that we're looking for is if I'm going to be throwing to the left hand side here, I want to have my feet just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Okay. The ball goes into the fingers of my hand, but for some of you, if you're using a basketball, it might have to go into the main part of your hand, okay? The whole palm of your hand. Then the shot put comes in by the side of my neck, and it comes over my back foot. So again, I'm going to throw the shot to the left here, so the weight comes over my right foot, and notice how I lift my elbow outwards to the side. Okay, my elbow doesn't stay in because if it does, I tend to try and throw the shot put, and this is a put, not a throw. So from this position, my elbow comes slightly out to the side, and I say nice and wide apart. This is our starting position. Okay, this is our starting position. This arm down. Okay, from our starting position now, we're going to look to bend our weight. Our weight comes back. This arm comes back down, and we're using our elbow as our pointer. So from this position, we're looking to push up, and then we push the shot. And it goes forwards. Okay, so very quickly, that's our position. All right, again, if I'm using a basketball, I'll be looking to have it in my palm of my hand, in by my neck, bend down low, arm comes back, and then push. Okay, this is our position. Again, from front on, I'm looking to stand like this, and then I rotate, and I push. I rotate, and I push. Okay, I'd like to go outside now, and just have a go at about 10 of those, please. Have a go at 10. And then I'm going to come back and give you a few more tips to help you with that. Okay, how did you get on with that? Hopefully you got on okay. Hopefully you still some of your mums and dad's plants left in the garden and you haven't destroyed them all. Again, keep them happy. Try not to throw it into the flower beds, okay? Try and be accurate where you're throwing it as well. We don't want the ball spraying around to the left and the right, or the shot put go to the left and the right. We want to try and get it going nice and straight, okay? Now, this is where I want to try and stretch the older ones. Now I want you to try and increase your power. So stay, same technique, okay, getting down nice and low, okay, using that arm. But now I want to see the explosive power, and that comes from this arm coming up, and when it gets to here, we crank our arm open really quickly, that brings our chest round, and then we explode with a push. Again, from front on, that's down nice and low. As we come up, this arm explodes round, so our chest opens, and then the push comes. And it's very quick and very powerful. So from this position, okay, I'm looking to bend, down, and then up, and explosive power. Okay, and the shot put should fly through. Again, we're looking at a 45 angle on the shot put. We don't want it going too high, we don't want it going too low. Again, I'll do it in the basketball, again, going over your heads, it ball into our hand, into our neck, down nice and low, and then very fast, explosive power. And the shot put should go. All right, go out back outside again, have 10 more goes this time, but let's see how that explosive power helps. And then we're going to get into a little competition in a minute. Off you go. Hopefully you've gone on okay there. Hopefully you're now starting to see a greater distance. What you now need to do is we're now going to have a little bit of a competition. You need 2 different coloured cones or objects which are going to be placed where your ball lands. There's more of you in the household. If you've got some brothers and sisters, or your mum and dad want to join in, get them out there as well. You can all compete, whether you are small, okay, or big. You can all compete at this test, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're all going to decide where you're going to start from. Okay, the first person comes up to the line and he's going to throw the shot put, okay, and do it as well as he can. This will be my first one. So from here, I look to bend, power, and throw. My first shot lands just there, so I take my red cone and put it down where it first one landed. Everybody can have their first throw. So everybody does their first throw and marks with their cone, their red cone, where their first ball landed. Next, you're going to go back and you're going to have your second throw. So this time, we're going to go back into our position again, we're going to have our second throw, and hopefully, I even hit you then, hopefully the second one will go a bit further. I think it went a bit further, it went to there. So the second one's gone a little bit further. Now, you're all going to have your second throw. Now the winner is the one who has the greater distance between the red cone and the blue cone. Who's made the most improvement? It's not who threw it the furthest, because some of you are going to be bigger than others, but who has made the most difference. Okay? Once you've had a go back, have another go. Okay? Maybe you want to have a bit of a handicap in there, so the person that has won the first time, he gets a 20 centimetre or 50 centimetre handicap in the second round. Okay? So you take 20 or 50 off of his score. So he has to keep improving to try and win. Okay, so be creative, especially you older ones in year 7 and 8, be creative, make it competitive. Ideally, you're trying to look to improve with them. There will become a stage though where you just can't get any better, and that's because you reach your limit, your ultimate limit, and from then you'll start to probably get tired and you'll start to get less. But go out, have a go. After about 5 or 10 minutes, come back. Okay, we're just coming to the end of our session now. What I'd like you to do now, you've had a bit of a sprint starts, you've done some shot puts. Now I just want us to have a little run, okay? And we're just to mark out some cones in our garden, probably a little bit longer than this, make the box probably 2 or 3 times the size. I now just want us to be creative. I want us to run a few laps, maybe just for 5 minutes, just constant jogging. But as you jog, I want you to mix in different movements. I want you to run backwards, I want you to sidestep, I want you to skip. I want you to add in a variety of different movements. I'm going to do it for a couple of minutes now, or a minute or so, just showing you variations. Then I want you to go out and do the same. It's adding as part of our warm down, but it's also just working through all different muscles in our body. Okay, so make my area a little bit bigger. Okay, and then we're just going for a little, we're just going to set a timer on, do some 5 minutes. Okay, so just keep changing each time as you're jogging round. You don't have to do the same thing each time, okay? It might be you do some of our lunges from earlier, okay? It might be that you just do some side stepping all the way around. Might just be a normal jog. maybe think about getting those arms in as well. Okay, move around. Okay, all I want you to do is just get your heart up for the last 5 minutes, that heart rate beating, changing your movement, jogging around, keep it going. Then you can come back and we'll have a little cool down just before the end. Well done, boys. Go and do your 5 minutes, 5-minute run, and then come back again. Well done. You should have returned from your 5-minute run now, and you're ready for your warm down, or cool down, shall I say. Okay, so we're going to go through a stretch now, a few stretches, and just recap some of our teaching points from the lessons. So let's do our hamstrings first. So remember, sprint start, we're down, arms shoulder width apart on the line, our foot, which we're having at the front, right up to the line, our other foot, the knee is next to the foot of the first one, and we're set in that nice calm position. Then on the set, we raise ourselves out, our hips come up, our weight transfers forwards, change leg, other hamstring, and we lean forwards. Then on the go, we look to drive our arms, keeping our head down, staying nice and low and sprinting through. Nice wide feet to start with, narrowing into our running style. Okay, right, feet pointed forwards, lean to the side. In our running style, our arms are up and down, our head is level and straight, our eyes are level, and we're using those arms to full effect. Okay. For most of you, you will get up to your proper sprint speed within 20 to 25 metres. For grown adults, it's usually 35 metres before they're into their full speed. But for you guys, you get there much, much quicker than us. All right, and lean to the other side. And then moving on to our quads. Okay, going through the teaching points of our shot put. We are getting ourselves nice and wide with our base, wider than shoulder width. We don't want to overbalance. The shot put goes into either our fingers or palm of our hand if our hands are really small, but otherwise into our fingers. Change legs. We're then looking to put it into the side of our neck, and our elbow goes out to the side, doesn't stay hugged into our body, otherwise we end up throwing the shot put. Okay, elbow out to the side. Then remember, from here, this arm cranks round, which opens our chest up so we can push the shot put, not throw. And that push takes place, and the ball or the shot put should hopefully fly at a 45-degree angle. Not too high and not too low. 45 degrees is what we're looking for with that. Okay, big circles with our arms. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed today's session, today's PE session. Tomorrow you've got your second game session. You had cricket yesterday, and you've got another game session tomorrow. So log in tomorrow, check on Edmodo, and there'll be a session up there for you. Okay, remember Monday's hit, Wednesday is cricket, Thursday is PE, and Friday is a multi-sports and pre-season training, maybe with a bit of football in there as well. Okay, I'll probably see you all tomorrow. Take care, boys.